needed a break from the city, so I rented a small, isolated cabin deep in the mountains of Colorado. The listing online said it was peaceful. No cell service, no internet, just pure silence. I arrived around 8 p.m. The wind was howling through the dead pine trees, and thick snow was covering the tracks behind my car. I locked the front door, made a warm cup of coffee, and sat near the fireplace. The silence was relaxing at first, but by midnight that silence began to feel heavy, like the house was waiting for something to happen. At exactly 12:45 a.m., I heard it. A soft, rhythmic tapping sound. Tap, tap, tap. It was coming from the kitchen window at the back of the cabin. I froze, my heart beating a little faster. I walked into the dark kitchen, the floorboards creaking under my feet. I shined my flashlight through the glass. Nothing. Just empty white snow and dark trees. I figured it was just a tree branch scraping against the wood. I turned around to walk back to the living room, but the moment my back was turned, the tapping started again. This time it was faster. Tap, 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 tap. I locked the kitchen window and decided to go to bed upstairs. I turned off the living room lights and walked up the creaky stairs. But as I reached the top floor, my flashlight caught something on the floor. Muddy footprints. Wet, large, and fresh footprints leading straight from the basement door into the guest bedroom. My breath hitched in my throat. I was supposed to be completely alone. The basement door was locked from the outside when I arrived. I gripped my flashlight like a weapon and slowly pushed open the guest bedroom door. The room was freezing cold. The window was wide open and the curtains were blowing in the freezing wind. I rushed to close the window, thinking an animal or a drifter had broken in. As I looked out into the snowy yard, I saw a trail of footprints leading away from the house and into the woods. I felt a wave of relief. Whoever it was, they had left. I closed the window, locked it tightly, and walked back into the hallway. That's when I noticed a strange, just putrid smell. It smelled like rotten meat. And then from the darkness of the master bedroom at the end of the hall, I heard a wet, raspy cough. Someone was still inside. And they were hiding in my bed. My legs felt like stone. I couldn't move. I forced myself to walk toward my bedroom. The door was cracked open. I peeked through the gap. In the dim moonlight, I could see a massive shape lying under my blanket. It was breathing heavily. I slowly raised my flashlight and turned it on. The blanket shifted. A pale, hairless head popped out from under the covers. Its skin was gray, and its eyes were completely black, reflecting the light of my flashlight. It stared at me, opening a mouth filled with sharp, broken teeth, and let out a high-pitched, human-like scream. I didn't look back. I sprinted down the stairs, tripping over the steps, and slammed my body against the front door. I unlocked it, threw myself into the freezing snow, and ran to my car. My hands were shaking violently as I started the engine. As I backed out of the driveway, my headlights illuminated the front porch of the cabin. The entity was standing there, bending its body at unnatural angles, watching me escape. I drove for 3 hours until I reached the nearest town. The police investigated the cabin the next day. They found the basement door broken from the inside and a message scratched into the bedroom wall that read, "Thank you for letting me in."